Today, I'm going to tell you why you should get pre-approved to sell your home. This is According to Amber. Hey everybody, welcome to According to Amber. Today we are going to tackle selling your home. And in a market with little inventory, that really is considered a seller's market because the home sells so quickly. And I have got a top agent here with me, Hollie Dance.
Hi.
And we're going to talk a little bit today about selling your home. But before we get to that, what I want to just tell our audience is that, in a seller's market, it's pretty easy for Joe and Jill consumer to think, oh, I'm just going to go ahead and list my house myself.
Right.
I'm not going to hire an agent. Here in Utah, we have a pretty robust online shopping, what would you call that?
Community?
Community where you can put things for sale and people go in quite regularly. So a lot of times people think, oh, I don't need to hire an agent, which again, in a seller's market, you can think that. But I'm here to tell you as a lender, what I see is that when you list your house as a for sale by owner, that is like butter to people. They are out there wanting to buy because they automatically think that they're going to be able to go in and negotiate.
Well, they think, they're not paying commission, so I'm not going to use an agent and I get that extra commission.
Exactly. So you need to be very, very careful about the FSBO. But I really wanted to ask Hollie to join us today because I want to get an agent's perspective on that kind of topic and selling your home and things that you should be looking for when you're hiring an agent. Now, she is a professional agent who understands how to navigate and negotiate the best outcomes for her client. And she has been very kind to come with me today, so I really do appreciate it and dispel some of the myths. And where I want to start today is I'm going to put you on the spot just a little bit, because I really want you to address why do people, number one, perceive that they don't need an agent, or number two, that it doesn't matter who I list my home with because everybody's going to do exactly the same thing, right?
It seems like a lot of the question is, should I use an agent or should I not? Not which agent should I choose, and that there's a million choices in that, using an agent, and not just yes or no, but yes to all these different ones.
Right. I would like to assume for our discussion today that we've made that choice to use an agent.
Yeah.
Okay. And again, you may not agree with me, and that is totally fine. In fact, you may have had a better experience, which I'd love to hear about. If you have some points of debate that you'd love to share with me, I would love to hear it because sometimes that can help our clients.
Well,
but in our market, I completely believe that if you want to be the first to the table, the first one in on an offer, and to sell your home and get the very best price, you need an agent. You need a top agent. The other thing that I want to talk about today, and this is kind of where we're going with this, is how to interview an agent. We living here in Utah, we have a lot of family members around us, and everybody may know somebody that does something.
I think the average person knows 6 to 8 agents.
Real estate agents, which makes it hard because how do you pick? So what I would like to share with you is when you're going to list your home for sale with an agent, interview that agent as if you were interviewing them for a job with your company, because really, quite honestly,
it's a job.
It is a job, and the company is your family. The company is your budget. The company is your finances. So interviewing the right person that can represent you the way that needs to be done is extremely important. So my question number one that I have for you today to ask your agents is, how long have you been in the real estate business, and how many homes do you sell in a year? And Hollie, I think that this question is important because it speaks to their level of professionalism. And so what I'd like to do is give you the opportunity to share with our audience what type of answers should they expect from an agent who really knows their stuff.
Yeah, I think it's fantastic to ask someone, how long have you been in the business? Because when we do have a hot market, I don't know the statistics, but the number of agents dramatically increases because they think it's easier. And so when you ask an agent, how long have you been in the business, you get an idea of their level of experience, because things are very different with every single transaction and you don't know exactly what's going to come up. Sometimes it's really smooth and easy, and sometimes some crazy things get thrown at you. And to have someone that has seen a lot of different things can give you some expertise to build off of. And I think also, how many homes do you sell a year? gives you an idea, is this person a full-time agent or do they kind of do it on the side? Can you only get a hold of them after their other full-time job or part-time job? Or are they not a primary income, so they just kind of travel and play and sell a couple homes here and there? We'll also give you an indication of their level of experience.
Yeah, what I have found on the lending side, working with both a selling agent and then sometimes a listing agent too, depending upon the transaction, is that a experienced selling agent can absolutely help navigate the transaction when it comes especially to repairs or things that as a seller can have an impact on the amount of money that you're going to receive back. And so having that seller, selling agent that's representing you so that you don't get kind of stuck in having to work directly with the buyer's agent or the buyer's lender or different things like that, I think is really, really important. So question number 2, in what ways are you going to showcase my home to help me get the best possible price in the market? I think that's a really good question. You should understand how they're going to market your home. And so what are some of the top professionals doing to market homes in this market today?
I love the idea of just asking your agent these kinds of things, because we assume, buyers kind of assume, an agent, they all do the same thing. They put it on the MLS and wait. And sometimes in this hot market, it gets listed and it does go really quickly. But if you're getting multiple offers, does an experienced agent know which offer is the best? And it's not always price. It's that offer that's actually going to close. Do they have a good amount of money down? Are they invested in it? One thing we see a lot is people making a lot of offers, then figuring out which one they actually get under contract, and then kind of deciding if they want to go through with it. So getting a feel for these people that come through. And then as far as marketing your home, there are a lot of different things people can do. You can check out what kind of marketing materials they use. Talk to them about your expectations. What I expect from someone to market my home is this. I want print, I want media ads, I want open houses, I want whatever kind of thing you have seen and expect. Doesn't mean they're going to do it just because they're an agent.
Right. Thank you. So question number 3 that I think is really important to ask and to set an expectation for up front is, what kind of communication should I expect from you? And what is your process that you have already set up for feedback, for questions, to make sure that we get to the closing table on time and everything runs smoothly?
Yeah, and so much of that comes through experience, understanding your clients and what they like and what they need to know. I can call you every single time something happens, but that's not why you hired me. You hired me to create this experience for you that is buying or selling your home is enjoyable and not stressful. I can handle a lot of things without, I don't want to say bugging you, but sometimes I don't need to ask you every little thing, but I love to have a conversation with my clients and say, what type of communication do you like? Are you okay with texting? And who do I need to text? Do both parties in the transaction like to be communicated? Me personally, if I don't need to do anything, I don't want you to bug me with a text. Like, I don't want to just be notified that someone else knows something. Like, my husband and I have this fight all the time because I'm like, I don't need to do anything. Don't text me that. He's like, I'm just informing you. I'm like, I don't want to know. So understanding what your clients want and how they communicate. I really love using some different apps for communication. There's Voxer, which is kind of a walkie-talkie app, which is great because if my client has kids or their job or they can't always answer the phone, I can update them and say, hey, I just want to let you know the lender let me know the appraisal came back, this is the amount, and we're on our way towards closing. And they can listen to that message whenever it's available. So we can communicate a lot of different ways, but just understanding that my clients like to be communicated to and how is really important, and having that conversation with your agent, that how do you communicate with me?
I think, the other thing I was going to say is that there are different agents sometimes have different business structures. Yeah. Sometimes you have one agent that they run the whole show. Yeah. Sometimes they have an assistant. Sometimes they have other agents that are helping. Yeah. And you may not understand that, when you hire them. Right. And so it is very important to have that communication conversation, because if you expect the agent to be contacting you, but yet you're hearing from their assistant, you haven't built that level of trust with their assistant. And so maybe there needs to be another step there so that you feel comfortable. So my 4th question speaks a little bit more to understanding who they are. One of my favorite things to do, and I know that you all do this as well, is when you meet someone new, you go out to social media and you find
Facebook
out,
stalk them.
you find out
You check
who
them
they
out.
are, what they believe, how things are going. So I think it is a great question to ask of an agent. Who do you refer business to on the lending as well as title side? And may I contact them for a referral? Agents that work with the same lender all the time usually have a pretty good rapport, but I think asking them who their lender is also helps you know, okay, how deep are they within the community? Right. Is this a mainstream lender? Those kinds of things. So, you know, why do you think having those connections professionally, I mean, how have they helped you? Why do you think that's important for top producing agents to have?
You know what? I think how they help me is really important, but also how they hurt transactions when you don't have them. I do have people that I refer business to with lending and title, because what I always tell my clients is you don't know that you have a horrible lender until you've lost your earnest money, or until it's too late, or until you get to closing and say, wait a minute, this isn't what I thought I was getting. And because we close a lot of transactions, you get to the closing table. I'm at the closing table a lot, seeing these documents come through and seeing the fees of certain people. So I have my people that I love that I can say, look, if you use Amber, she's on it. She knows what issues come up, and I've seen her in crazy situations and in completely normal transactions, and every single one is different. So having those connections and also goes back to that experience, right? Yeah. You know, I have experience seeing how other people operate and seeing their experience. So I never tell anyone who they have to use, for sure, but I can say these are the people that I have used and I trust them. I've seen them under pressure. I've seen their experience, and you will have a great transaction if you use them versus, your friend recommended that person because they love to go mountain biking together and they're probably an awesome person, but can they actually close a loan? Do they do a good job? Do they know what they're doing?
Yeah, well, and we live in a world where the power of connections really creates success. Yeah. And so what I have found, and you may be watching this going, but I'm the seller of a home. Why do I care where my agent is referring people, or where do I care where my lender, who the people's lender are? Well, the reason you care is because they're the ones that are going to give you the money. And so knowing the agent that you're hiring to list your home for sale has the appropriate connections that can help direct traffic to the people that can really make things happen because of their network within the community. You've got a list of home inspection people that because of my expertise in the construction field and doing construction lending for so many years. I've got plumbers on speed dial. I've got people that I know that we can kind of help each other and work together. Right. And when you're selling your home, that really is just a very important piece. So I kind of want to wrap this up and we'll have these 4 questions posted for everybody, but I just firmly believe that choosing the correct agent to sell your home is 100% directly related to the success that you're going to have on your move up or buying. That's where your funds come in. Mm-hmm. And as a lender, my preference is that when you sell your home, you get pre-approved to sell your home, which you've probably never asked a seller that question to say, well, now have you been pre-approved to sell your home? But when you're selling your home, it is such a major decision to make, because not only are you looking at, okay, what am I moving into, but also do I qualify? Yeah. Do I need to take some of the proceeds from my sale of my home and pay off debt?
And how much do I need to get from the sale of my home to make it worth it?
Is there any just kind of parting thoughts? Is there anything else that as an agent you feel like, I think this is probably something that sets the good apart from the best?
Well, if you're looking for an agent, a great place to look is talk to a lender, talk to a title person, because they see the agents that come in and do their job. Because if there's not an agent in the transaction, you talk about this, you kind of become that source of communication for the client. They're asking you a lot of questions that their agent should have told them. And so you can see the value in having someone that is there for them and informing them and the support through the transaction. So she knows a lot of great agents, and connect with her and connect with the lender and really ask why it's important, and she will tell you all the stories of why why maybe it's a good idea to have an agent.
Thank you, Holly.
Yeah.
Well, and that's it. Our job as a lender, the job as the agent is to protect your money, keep you out of trouble, keep us all out of jail.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Do the right
That's
thing
a great
at
goal.
the right time. Right? So thanks everybody for watching this episode of According to Amber. And remember, houses don't build communities, you do. Thanks for watching.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
guys.